This is the Voice for Real Estate podcast. Whether you're buying a home, building a home, or designing a home, you'll meet the local experts who can provide all the information you need in every episode of Voice for Real Estate. And be sure to subscribe, share, and comment so you don't miss a single episode of Voice for Real Estate.
Here we are with Voice for Real Estate, and I got to tell y'all, this is a special edition, South Carolina Women in Real Estate. And Rebekah has just started, just joined us. So this is a special edition of Voice for Real Estate. And that photo shoot was awesome, was it not?
It was amazing. It truly was awesome. Everything about it was more than I could imagine. You did a great job.
South Carolina Women in Real Estate is it's a network that everybody will benefit from. But enough of that. Let's talk about you. Where do you live? And I know you've got two beautiful boys. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I live in Barnwell, South Carolina, and I do have two boys. I'm also married to my high school sweetheart. And, it's a small rural town, but I love it. I love to raise my babies here. I say my babies, they're not babies. They're growing up. They're 9 and 5. But it's just a great community and a great place to just kind of plant roots.
And you are South Carolinian, is that correct?
Yes, born and raised South Carolinian, would not want to live anywhere else. I love really, in my opinion, it's the perfect place to be.
Congratulations. I want everybody, all our audience to know that Rebekah has started a new firm. How excited are you?
Thrilled. I'm so excited. I'm actually hanging my license with the Real Brokerage, which is a phenomenal brokerage that they just offer so much stuff. And so I've shifted from being on a team to now stepping out on my own, and I'm more than excited. It's scary, but it's a good scary. I love the whole state of South Carolina, and I serve the whole state of South Carolina. And I understand a lot of real estate agents, like you have your one little area, and I do, but I also do have clients that are all over the state. And so I wanted to make sure that anyone who knew that, hey, if they need something in South Carolina, like, I'm your girl.
You've sent out a post on your Instagram. You're going to come on the Voice for Real Estate, the special edition for South Carolina Women in Real Estate. So they sent you back questions. Is that correct?
Yes.
These are people that communicated with you through social media. One of the questions was, how do you get a buyer to agree to representation?
It's important that you listen to your buyer. So it's not a matter of trying to force, my services on them. It's talking to them and figuring out what they need. And then once you listen to them and kind of give them a chance to talk, I always say, in order to be able to get the client, you talk 10%, let them talk 90%. And then once you find out what their need is, then you can turn around and show how you can meet that need for your services.
Okay. Another question was, should I speak to a realtor first or a lender first?
Realtor, hands down. Realtors have connections to lenders that have already been vetted. You do not want to go to a lender first because you have no idea if they're good. A realtor will be able to tell you if a lender is good or not. And most likely, if a realtor already works with a lender, you can guarantee the process is going to be way more smooth than it would be if you pick one.
Another question by your Instagram followers. How has the market affected your clients?
It really hasn't affected my clients that much, because one thing I do is I do a lot of preparation with my clients in terms of like interest rates and stuff. And I also work hand in hand with the lenders as far as how they are going about qualifying my buyers. So really, I would say sellers, the way it's affected them is maybe their house is on the market for a few more days than normal. But as far as my buyers go, because we do so much homework on the front end, this market really has not surprised us. We've been ready.
Be part of the conversation surrounding Mount Pleasant. Sponsor the Mount Pleasant podcast. Podcast marketing is the new, powerful way to brand your business and reach your customers. For more information, visit carolinapodcasts.com or call 843-345-7012.
You're listening to the Voice for Real Estate podcast, a conversation about coastal Carolina real estate.
How do you, Rebekah, handle the negativity of social media?
That's so hard. I think it depends on the source. If it's someone I don't know, I don't care. I don't care. If it's someone that I do know, I'm not going to lie, it stings a little, but then I also just realize, people are going to say and do what they want, and you just have to move on. I'm not going to allow somebody to keep me from growing my business because of one person's opinion. you kind of just got to have some tough skin and realize there's going to be negativity and just keep moving.
Let's stick with the social media questions real quick here. How do you get over the fear of doing Instagram Reels?
You do it. You just do it. There is no getting over the fear. I was scared. I'm still scared. There is no getting over it. What you do is you just do it more so you become more comfortable with it. And then you also realize at the end of the day, when you post it, even if it flops, which I've had many of mine flop, guess what? You're not going to die. You'll be fine. You'll wake up tomorrow, do another one. That's all that matters. This is not a make or break type thing. My motto and everything that I do is if you can't get past the fear, do it scared.
I'm going to add to that. Bottom line is be yourself. Okay.
Be yourself.
Another Instagram Reel question. How do you come up with the content, Rebekah, for Instagram Reels?
So I really try to keep my content as original as possible because I am petrified of someone saying that I'm taking their stuff. I just kind of go through and listen to things that I think are fun and that my audience is going to enjoy listening to. But then I also think, okay, how can I take this and then apply it with, education for my clients? So if I just went through something that was really hard with the client, that's normally what I'm going to talk about, because 9 times out of 10, whatever we go through with that, a buyer or seller is going to have that same problem down the road. So it's just kind of, what am I going through right now? And what do I want to teach my clients at the moment?
I think I might add to that, Rebekah. Every action in the day we do is content. You think
yes,
of it as
100%.
Content. Okay, let's go back to real estate questions, okay? How do you stay motivated in what you do?
I get asked this all the time. I do not believe in motivation. I know there are people who do, but I do not. Motivation is fleeting. Your reasons for doing things could change, so you cannot rely on motivation. What I do is you have to just develop the discipline to get up and do it again. So if you have a day that's just been really awful, if you rely on motivation, the next day you're not going to want to do it. But if you develop that discipline and the habits that you do to be able to still get up, to still make those calls, to still do things out of your comfort zone, even if the day before was horrible, that's going to be how you see your business succeed. Motivation is not going to get you there. Discipline is what's going to get you there. So stop relying on motivation. It's not going to be something, it will ultimately let you down.
I might add, Rebekah, that it's about having passion for what you do. If you have passion for what you do, you're going to leap through all kinds of hoops to get there.
100%.
This is fresh on your mind because you just changed brokers. How do you know what broker to hang your license with?
It's such a hard question because as a real estate agent, they don't teach you what questions to ask. So you kind of go out there and you're just like, oh my gosh, what do I do? First of all, number one, location. You want to make sure you're within the location of where your broker is. 2, I would go on and I would look at Google reviews. Like what are people saying about the people that are there? And then also ask the people in your sphere who have used real estate agents, what was your experience like? How do you like it? Because the thing is, you're going to go and you're going to talk to the broker. They're going to tell you everything they're going to give you, and they're going to make their deal sound so sweet, but you want to make sure, are they going to mentor you? What does the mentoring look like? Do they actually have things that you can be a part of? What are the fees associated with joining that brokerage, and what do you get from those fees? Those are 2 of the biggest things for me that I wish I would have known and someone would have told me to ask, is because you want to know how your money's being spent, what are you getting for it, and how are they going to pour into you to help you become a better real estate agent?
And how excited are you about moving to your new broker?
I'm so excited. I'm just so thrilled.
Another question from a realtor through social media for you. How do I get started as a new real estate agent? Kind of fits the last question.
Well, obviously hanging your brokerage, but then hanging your license to the broker. But I would say you can't be a closet agent. Like, don't be scared. You have to put yourself out there, go on social media, tell everybody that you're an agent, and don't be scared that you don't know anything, because you're not. They don't teach you that in school. So when you go out there and you're trying to do this, you're not going to know certain things, and that's okay. The biggest thing is, don't keep it a secret. Don't be scared. If you got to post stuff that's cringeworthy and makes you feel, this is so cringy, it's okay. Post it. People are not going to hire you if they don't know you're an agent.
Another question through Instagram, through your Instagram page. How do you qualify a buyer if you are representing the seller?
This is something that I have learned after a few hard transactions. I have a list of questions that I ask the lender of the top contenders, I guess I should say, of whatever offer that comes in. So one of it is, first of all, have they gone through desktop underwriting? The second was, has their tax information been ran? And also, you'd be surprised. Some people have never, they don't even have, some lenders they'll give you a pre-qualification letter. They won't have run taxes or their tax information. They don't have anything in writing that they should. So the biggest thing is what they tell you, have you been able to back that up in writing? Because unfortunately, there are some lenders out there that don't do that. And that kind of circles back to the other question of the importance of going with a lender a real estate agent recommends, because most likely that agent's going to know, hey, they do all these things, so we're good.
Another question, again, from your Instagram account, from a homeowner. What renovations should I do before I list my home?
Obviously, that is specific to your home as far as what's going on. But I would say as a broad answer to that, I wouldn't do too much crazy stuff. A coat of paint can go a long way, repainting certain areas in the house. Landscaping is a huge thing, maybe changing doorknobs, updating things like that. But you have to remember, the buyer is going to come in and could completely redo the whole thing. You just want to make sure that the house is clean, clutter-free, and smells good. Smell is so important.
Why do I need an agent to sell my house when I can do it for buy, sale, by owner?
One reason is because, first of all, just the simple stress of it, you won't have to worry about dealing with, because once we're in a seller's market, right? So like the second a house hits the market, your phone is blowing up like crazy. Well, if you're at your job and your phone's blowing up, you're like, oh my gosh. So that's one thing you don't have to worry about. Second, it's the legal part of it. We have to stay up to date on real estate law. And there are so many moving parts with that and so many documents that you could have to protect yourself you just don't know about. So knowing that you have someone in your corner that's legally protecting you, that'll save you money, in the long run in case something happens. But also, your house is going to sell for a higher price point and faster with a real estate agent just because of the connections and the marketing that we do. Money-wise, people always say, well, I want to try to save some money. You actually make more money when you hire a real estate agent, and it's way less stress.
How do you like being part of South Carolina Women in Real Estate?
It's wonderful. In fact, I would say that the photo shoot was kind of my launching point of deciding to step out on my own, because just talking to the ladies there and just being around that energy, it let me know, what, I can do this. So it wasn't just a matter of rubbing shoulders and networking of things like that. It was really me learning and kind of absorbing all of their knowledge and their experience and just saying, you know what, I'm going to do this. I can do this too. So it's literally been a game changer for me in my career.
The other thing that you observe, there's a lot of people, a lot of fine realtors that are involved in the organization. So, hey, thanks for joining us. I think you have a lot of energy. I think you're wise. And I think that as long as you stay positive, it's going to happen in twofold. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for being part of South Carolina Women in Real Estate. And thanks for being on Voice for Real Estate.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. It was an honor. Thank you.
Thanks for watching Voice for Real Estate, where you meet local experts who provide timely information in every episode. Be sure to subscribe, share, and comment. Find Voice for Real Estate online at voiceforrealestate.com.